Hello there, I'm doing a little bit of potting up here in the polytunnel this evening, starting to lose the light a little bit, but got the light on a mobile phone camera, so I'm hoping that you can see what I'm doing here. So I've got two really cool seedlings. Look at these, don't they look amazing? One may even consider them plants, beyond the seedling stage at the moment. So here I have a lovely pea eggplants. Now, doesn't that look amazing? Lovely, healthy leaves. Doesn't that look really, really nice there? And here is a long green aubergine. So that looks rather intriguing as well. So I'm going to be potting these both up into these little pots here of what one would describe just normal multi-purpose compost into these pots here. And they're looking absolutely lovely, actually. So yes, a little bit of variety going on here. Of course, it's relatively cold at the moment, very cold by some standards, certainly for delicate plants like these. No way would I consider leaving these out here in the polytunnel or in the garden at this time of year, so they're going to be kept inside. But let's have a look at them closer once more. Now, don't they look absolutely lovely? I mean, really, really nice and healthy. So all I'm going to do is just take that little bit of rubbish out there. I'm going to just put them in here like this, like so, and I'm going to be getting just some nice compost from down here and putting it into the pots there. You know what, I really am starting to appreciate my lovely table I've got here. I must have got this from when I did a garden clearance for someone or something like that. I can't actually remember where I got it from, but certainly much easier, to be able to, an oak tree leaf there, doesn't that look lovely? Yeah, certainly much easier to, not have to be bending down and straining one's back when one's trying to work. So don't they look lovely? Doing this sort of thing one-handed, is not always that easy, but make do, as one would say. Now, when potting up, delicate plants such as these, I would recommend that you don't use, stone cold compost, as indeed I am doing here, but do as I say, not as I do, so to speak. I'm just doing this now due to time constraints, but a great thing to do maybe would be to take the compost inside a little bit and just warm it up a little bit. And certainly you don't want to be watering them with something like, really cold water. Rainwater, of course, is best for this sort of thing, but, let it warm up a little bit inside maybe, in your watering can. When I'm growing tender plants, I like to use tepid water. I've done this when I've sown melon seeds. I think because, of course, if you're growing things that aren't necessarily, in fact, definitely in these cases, they're not tolerant of cold climates, it can be nice to, proceed to give them a little bit of warmth in terms of, tepid water or whatever. So there we go. So pea eggplant and long green aubergine. Doesn't that sound absolutely fantastic? And I'm really looking forward to expanding my collection of plants such as these. And as time goes on, I'm going to be growing more and more and more exotic things. I'm going to be sticking very much as well to the basics as well. I want to be going down the avenue of both basic and different, and that way I can keep all grounds, all bases covered, and just keep everything really, really cool, fun and exciting for you peeps and myself, and of course grow some fantastic food into the bargain. Doesn't that sound an amazing thing to do? So let's have a look one more time at these. So as you can see, I've put them in the windowsill propagators, like the lids rather, not even the lids, the covers of the windowsill propagators, as so many of you will be aware that I am incredibly fond of these, because all I would have to do with this now is just put these in here like so, and simply proceed to just put them on a nice warm windowsill, ideally south facing, and I may be getting long green aubergine and pea eggs much earlier than one would otherwise expect. And of course it's good for people to be able to see what I am indeed up to. So there we go, excellent January and sowing things like these. Now, my little disclaimer, if you will. Now, this is not a normal thing to do, what I'm growing here, okay, at this time of year. It's normally, you wouldn't normally do this, okay, and I'm not saying this is the right thing to do. I'm not saying that you should do this, okay. I'm showing you what I'm doing. This is risky, okay, in terms of, you just cannot put these outside at this time of year, okay, in the UK or indeed a similar climate. So I'm going to be keeping them inside till they make a decent size, and then move them out, you know, when the risk of frost has passed, which they generally say don't cast a clout until... Do not cast... Sorry about this, Don't cast a count. Don't. Do not cast a clout until May is out. And there we go. So that means don't put your plants outside, okay, until May has finished, until the end of May. So there we go. Right then, enjoy. And if you like Dan's work, please feel free to like, share and subscribe. All being well, I wish to just keep, you know, ploughing ahead with the project here to make it more and more varied. And of course, please feel free to check me out on Dan_Home Gardens on Instagram. Have a lovely evening.